Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Here in Louisiana, we have a saying: we don't eat to live, we live to eat. And y'all, that could have a double meaning. In every bayou village and home we visited, we found one thing to be true. Although all of our dishes taste great, they're not all good for us. So my mission today is to take our time-honored recipes and make them a little healthier for us. I'm Chef John Folse. Welcome to Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart. How you doing, man? Good to see you, good to see you. How y'all? I need a good smile on that face there, huh? Hey, man, good to see you, good to see you. You doing all right? What's going on, my boy? Hey, lady. Hey, y'all, how you doing? Good. Y'all, I'm so happy to have you today in my home kitchen. This is, of course, where it all happens. And y'all, this is the neighborhood. This is all of my neighbors around here where I live, so I have to be especially good today because, hey, you know, you don't want to feed your neighbors bad food, right? Hey, you never know what you're going to find outside in your yard. But anyway, it's really nice to have y'all. And, you know, Randy, I'm going to introduce you formally in a minute here, but Randy Sheremy, good friend of mine. You know Martha Butler, who's one of the great cooks from Houma?
Yes, of course.
Well, I went over to Martha Butler's home because she sent me one of her premier recipes, a great chicken casserole. We love casseroles in Louisiana.
You're lucky.
She sent me a nice eggplant casserole that's smothered chicken, that's baked in the oven, full of all those great things, y'all. So what I did, of course, my challenge is to modify it slightly. Diet is a four-letter word here, y'all. We don't diet here. Of course, we modify slightly. So I'm going to modify her recipe, but I went to her home and she gave me a quick little tour and a lesson in how to cook it so I could come here and try to do, well, I guess my best. So why don't you visit with us and you'll see what I'll learn there, and then I'll try to cook it myself a little bit better. Hello, Martha.
Hello, John.
How are you doing? Nice
I'm fine.
to see you.
Good
nice
to see you.
Oh,
Come on in.
What a beautiful house.
Well,
huh?
thank you.
Oh, it's just gorgeous. I love this architecture.
Well, thank you.
I tell you, I've lived in the swamplands. These didn't come out of
No,
Louisiana.
this didn't come from the swamplands. You're right. They came from Alaska.
Now tell me, that looks like a fox.
That is a red fox that came from Alaska.
Yeah. And walrus?
This is a walrus, yes.
And now, where did you pick this up?
Well, my husband got that on the beach of the Bering Sea, as a matter of fact. They wash up on the beach, and if you're lucky enough, you can fly an airplane in the middle of nowhere and get one for your own use.
And they actually allow you to take them out?
They allow you to do that, but you can't sell it.
You can't sell them.
You got to keep it.
Look at this door piece here. Look at the size of that thing. Huh? Now, what was this?
This was a moose also from Alaska. This was given to my husband by an Eskimo just because he wanted to get a bigger moose rack. So he just gave it to him.
He needed some incentive.
That's right.
These are some beautiful pieces too.
Here is a walrus made out of the tusk of the walrus.
Right. And look at the size of the body on that thing. Is that in scale?
That is in scale. They're about as big as a small elephant.
I
know
it. Never known that.
It is a surprise. It is a surprise.
That's a beautiful little bird right there. Is that a? Yeah, it's a bird. Yeah.
This was also made out of the walrus tusk.
And what is it? A hair piece?
No, it was made to be a hair piece for me. My husband got this for me when he was there. He had one of the Eskimos
really
carve this.
Really interesting. All right, the heart of the home. This is my favorite place right here.
This is where it all happens.
Now, I notice you have a casserole dish here. Are you into casseroles?
Very much so. I just feel like casseroles are easy. I work, my family also works. My husband is a pilot. So he's coming in at all different hours. And so it's easy for him and my son, who comes back from school pretty hungry, just to go in the refrigerator and help themselves and stick it in the microwave or the oven, and there it is.
Now, you know, I noticed that this is a shredded chicken and eggplant casserole. I love eggplant, but it seems that a lot of people are afraid to cook with eggplant.
I love eggplant too, John, and I really feel like it's one of the most underrated of all vegetables, don't you?
And absolutely, in Louisiana we do so much with it. We cook it with shrimp and with, of course, pastas and all of that. But is it fact or fable? I heard the story about the male and female eggplant. You wrote about it in the book. Tell me a little bit about it. How can you tell the difference?
Well, I'm not an expert on this, but I do know that there is a difference between eggplants. One of them is male and one of them is female. The male has like a circle on the opposite side of the stem on the bottom of the eggplant, and the female has more of an elongated look about it. It's more like a hot dog bun shape.
Well, you know, somebody also said that the male has the majority of the seeds and the female is really less seeds, so you always want to cook with the female eggplant because it takes the seeds out of the dish. That's very interesting. I tell you, great, and so many different varieties of eggplants to choose from and colors. I tell you, only in Louisiana, male and female eggplant would come up in the kitchen. Randy, what do you think? Male or female? Tell me about that.
I don't know about that, John. I don't know nothing about that. All I know is that I love eggplant.
Oh, I love eggplant too. Y'all, let me introduce formally Randy Shermy, one of the instructors at the Chef John Folse Culinary Institute at Nicholls State University. It's nice to have you at the counter.
Pleased to be here.
Hey, look, I tell you what, I'm glad you didn't bring a bunch of the students with you. I'm gonna try to do the best I can here. Oh, well, next to you, Bill Landry, police chief here in our little town. Nice, I say little town, our prosperous town, Gonzales, Louisiana. Nice to have you as well. And y'all look right across the counter here, one of our Louisiana Public Broadcasting stars, Lucy Zonbreaker. She has her own television show. Let's give her a hand, huh?
It's a pleasure to be here, John.
Well, I asked Lucy to come in and kind of watch me and give me some tips here, make sure. And right next to it, hey, Harold Marchand, parish president, y'all, of Ascension Parish here in Louisiana. Nice to have you. Hey, you need a big hand, a really big hand. Right in the front row, hey, Rex, take a look at my posse right here, huh? Take a look at this. These guys care. Look, these guys patrol my neighborhood to make sure I don't get in trouble. You see, as long as I see them patrolling around, I know to be good. You see. Thank you, guys. Nice to have y'all here as well. And the neighbors. Hey, I appreciate it. Let's give all of you a hand. One of Martha's challenges to me, and Randy, you've been a cook in Louisiana. Lucy, you've been a cook. I've been a cook for so long. You know, our challenge is we're always trying to cook things that taste great, and we pile on all the things that are not so good for us. I mean, all the fried foods in the world, all of the coatings, we try to start everything with bacon fat, you know what I mean? So my challenge is to try to take some of these time-honored recipes and make them a little bit lighter, but not change the original flavor. If I was to change the flavor, then I'd be doing a great injustice in this cooking, because I'm not about low fat, I'm about modifying the recipe to see how much we can take out and still be great, y'all. So, using the topic of the show today, we are what we eat. Everything that goes in here, you live with, y'all, for life, whether you want to admit it or not. Let me show you right over here. I have a great display of some eggplant, because now she was talking about the male and female eggplant, but I don't know all about that. I'm going to have to find out. But, of course, you can see the beautiful violets here, the purples. I have some Oriental eggplant. I even have these nice multicolored green and white stripe. Rex, take a look at that. That's real pretty. Yellow. I don't know if anybody's seen the bright yellow eggplant. There's one right there. Just goes to show, and this is just some. There's reds, there's whites, there's all those other nice colors. And Rex, look at my Creole tomatoes. Huh? If you're going to cook eggplant in Louisiana, you need some good Creole tomatoes and some nice spicy peppers as well. So this dish that Martha sent to me, y'all, was a nice dish of chicken and eggplant casserole. Now, casseroles are really big, right? Wouldn't y'all agree with that, huh? Don't y'all agree, huh? Yeah, there you go, absolutely. Everybody loves casseroles for exactly what she said. They're easy to do. You can make them ahead of time. So y'all, I'm going to ask Rex, did I introduce Rex? My main camera guy here, he's going to be stirring the pots for us today as well. So Rex, get down in this pot here. You notice that I've taken some nice chicken breasts. I've seasoned them with salt and pepper, but my salt was a little bit salt substitute, y'all. And I always put a little extra salt substitute after I cook because you want to reduce sodium here as well. Now that they're good and brown, Rex, see that? Let your camera kiss it, Rex. Let your camera kiss it. Okay, now I'm going to move them out. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to put them in this skillet right here because this is where I'm going to make the casserole. You notice I'm leaving them bone on. Now in Martha's recipe, she actually shredded them, Randy. She shredded them because she wanted them to kind of be, you know, that you could dip in and get chicken and eggplant. But I want this to be more of a full flavored meal, so I'm cooking them bone on because we know the bones add a lot of flavor to the chicken, right? So now in this pot, you see the bacon here, Rex, huh? Now everybody's going to be confused here. Why is he cooking with bacon if it's low fat? Well, this is turkey bacon. We love smoke in Louisiana. We love smoking. We're not ever going to eliminate the flavors we love. Huh? Right, Harry? Absolutely. We want to make sure we have those good flavors. So I'm using turkey bacon. It's a lot leaner, and all the smoke's in there. And I'm going to add onions. Huh, can you imagine, can y'all imagine cooking Louisiana foods without onions? Celery. Let me see the hands of anybody who cooks without onions, celery. Let me see that big show of hands here. Oh, no, nobody. Okay. Bell pepper here, y'all. A lot of great bell pepper. And I'm going to stir that around. Oh, you see, you can smell that turkey bacon. And y'all, you know what? I promise you, if you don't tell anybody you're cooking with turkey bacon, they'll never know. They'll never know. I hate people who try to tell you everything that you don't need to know. John, I'm cooking low fat tonight. Come and eat with me. No, I don't want to eat that. No. John, I got holes in my socks. You want me to take my shoes off? No, I'm not interested. You know? I don't want to know all of that stuff. So onion, celery, bell pepper, garlic. Y'all like garlic? Oh, who doesn't like garlic? Now, Randy, you know, while I'm throwing all of this in here, you come from one of the greatest areas of Louisiana for cooking. You had a restaurant, Randolph's.
That's right, Randolph's in South Lafourche Parish in Golden Meadow, Louisiana.
In Golden Meadow, oh, the heart of, I mean, the swamp lands of Louisiana, the bayou country on Bayou Lafourche. And people for generations have really eaten with things, as I should say, that aren't always good for us. The smoky andouille, the hams, the cochon de lait.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we even before we were in the restaurant business, we were selling food just about anywhere there was a congregation of people. So the family's been doing that a long time. Yeah.
Well, and so this is the foods we used to eat, casseroles like this. We could put fish in it instead of chicken. Look here, little Creole tomatoes. Remember I showed you those tomatoes a while ago, y'all? I'm going to put that in here. Now, I took my eggplant, and Lucy, you know this as a great cook. I took the eggplant, and, oh yeah, Lucy, I know you're going to know this when I show you this. I took my eggplant and I poached them in a little low-sodium chicken stock. Low-sodium, defatted chicken stock. And they're nice and tender, so Randy, there they go. They're going to be full-flavored because I have the chicken flavor in the eggplant. And look what's in this pot, y'all. Imagine this. I'm talking about low-fat or lower-fat cooking, and look what's in here. What did I really eliminate? Think about it. I have bacon in here, onion, celery, bell pepper. I have garlic. I have fantastic colored peppers. I have turkey bacon. What did I eliminate? I eliminated just some of the unnecessary fat, not any of the flavor. So now with that, let's go ahead. Let's put the rest of the stuff in here. Are you ready, Randy? Okay, I'll tell you what. Olives. This is a casserole, an Italian casserole, eggplant, a little bit green olives, a little bit black olives, y'all, because these, and by the way, these, instead of being packed in oil or in salt, they were packed in water, no sodium. So I can put the black olives in there as well, and those black olives really give this dish a nice color and, of course, a good Italian appeal. And eggplant casseroles do come from a lot of the Italian background of Louisiana, one of the 7 nations that settled the Creole cultures of Louisiana. Now, you see how nice that is. Okay, a little bit cayenne pepper. Y'all ready for that? Huh? Hey, pepper has no sodium, y'all. Pepper has no salt. Huh? A little bit salt substitute. And again, I always say when you season, remember that with salt substitute, always season the food after it goes into the bowl or the plate so that you have some of that good flavor on top. Now, once this is done, y'all, I would let this cook for about 30 minutes. You have to cook eggplant, even though they've been poached already. You don't want to take eggplant just because it's been poached in salt and low salt chicken stock for a little while and throw it into the pan. But remember, this is going to be baked, right? We're baking this. The chicken's already nice and brown. So what I would do here would be to take this nice stuffing with all of that great bacon flavor. I'm going to top the chicken there, Rex. You got that? Huh? You like that? Huh? You like it or you love it, Rex? Rex will eat anything, y'all. Don't believe a word Rex tells you, huh? Oh, look at that bacon going in there. I think you get the idea here that this can be a really, really flavorful and beautiful dish. Now, once all of this goes on, what I'm going to do, as I promised, I would put a little salt substitute on top. In fact, Randy, I think I'm going to put a little pepper. I think I'm going to put some cracked pepper on top of it, y'all, just to give it that little boost of flavor. I'm using skinless chicken, y'all, and I'm using low-fat cheese. And I started browning this in a little light margarine, which is 50% water and margarine mixed together. That's what light margarine is. It's kind of emulsified. And I cut the fats over 50% in this dish, if you can imagine that. Now I'm going to use a little low-fat cheddar on top of it. And I'm going to tell you what, if you don't tell anybody this is a dish that's lower fat, I can guarantee you they will never know it. So, Rex, you ready to go over to the oven there? Because I have a nice dish in the oven here. You got to see. This right here is my chicken that's been cooking for a little while. Now, I left the chicken on top here. Take a look at that, Rex. Come on. Come on. Huh? Now you see the eggplant is cooked around, the cheese is melted, you're going to have a nice flavorful stock on the bottom. You just spoon up a big piece of this, and Lucy, I'm going to let you serve some of this to everybody a little bit later, but I think you can see just how nice that eggplant and the cheese is melted. Really beautiful. The chicken's going to be full, very tender because it's cooking in that stock. And I'll tell you what, Harold, you're going to have to wait for this, huh? You're going to have to wait for that. It's really nice and flavorful, y'all. So that's one of the dishes that I really love to do in my Louisiana cooking because I think it is so traditional. And as I say, casseroles are really, really traditional. Not only with chicken either. I mean, meat casseroles, round steak, rice and gravy, and all those other things, fish as well. Who's heard of Spinach Marguerite? Who's heard of Spinach Madeline? Everybody heard of Spinach Madeline. One of the most famous recipes in Louisiana made with spinach and cheese and all of that. A lot of fat, y'all. Butter, heavy whipping cream, cheese. It goes on and on and on. Well, let me show you what I've done here. This was the ultimate challenge, to do Spinach Madeline, but I couldn't call it Madeline because I kind of reduced it, right? Lucy, I wouldn't want to do that. So what I did, I called it Spinach Marguerite. Now what I do, I begin, again, with this, see this light margarine? It looks just like butter, y'all. It looks just like butter. But Rex, when I drop it in the pot and it starts to melt, you see the water quickly evaporating out of that margarine there because it's 50% water. So I have to stop the evaporation by cooling it down. So I cool it down with a little onions, a little celery. You notice, y'all, onions, celery, the Trinity, huh? The Trinity, onion, celery, bell pepper, huh? The Trinity here, or the Holy Trinity as they call it. Somebody said we call it the Holy Trinity because it's omnipresent in our cooking. Somebody else said, no, they call it the Holy Trinity because we worship food. Which is, now here's the Pope, right? The Pope is the garlic because of the clove that looks like the mitre or the hat of the Pope there. So that goes into the pot. You know, Louisianians, we're sick when it comes to cooking, right? I mean, we really go, so onion, celery, bell pepper, y'all, all in our cooking here. Just beautiful. And again, Randy and Lucy, two of my favorite cooks here. You notice all the color in the pot, it's really full flavored. And we're not cutting out and modifying these recipes anything that's good for us. In fact, we pile those on, right? We just kind of pile them on. So this is a great, by the way, vegetable casserole. You can add seafood to this. You can make a dip out of it. You don't only have to make it some party snack. Spinach Madeline or Spinach Marguerite is really a fantastic side dish or vegetable. Hey, little tasso, y'all. Lean ham or tasso. This is a turkey ham right here. If you put tasso in here, it has a nice, that's the Louisiana spicy ham that's smoked with pecan wood. Gives this dish a really nice smoky flavor. But again, Randy, I'm adding smoke to the pot. We love our sausages and our ham here. Don't you find, especially in the area of Louisiana you live in, a lot of smoke in sausage and ham, right?
Definitely, and Gaydon, boy, everybody, and the sunbreaker smoke or everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. A lot of great cooking there, a lot of great flavors. Y'all, now look at this. A little bit flour, because I have to thicken it. Now, I'm not using a roux with butter and oil, y'all. I'm putting in just enough flour to pick up that little bit light margarine down there. Really, and you see, I'm just drying it out, and there's no oil in the bottom of that pot at all, which means that I don't have very much fat here. Oh, here's my tomatoes again. Right there. There's those tomatoes. Now, y'all, I mentioned light margarine, lean ham, all down in there. I put the flour just now. Now, y'all, the evaporated skim milk. You would normally put cream in here, heavy whipping cream. Evaporated skim milk has the same texture of heavy whipping cream. The only difference is it has no fat. That's right, has no fat. So as you stir that around, the flour thickens it into a white sauce, and it becomes 94% fat-free by eliminating the butter, eliminating the heavy whipping cream in this dish. Doesn't that look great? Now I'm going to add the spinach. Oh, here you go, Rex. You're backing out of there when some of the best stuff is going in the pot. The spinach is poached, again, in light chicken stock, defatted chicken stock. And now normally that would be the only thing in there, but I'm going to put artichoke hearts. Huh, Randy? Let's boost up the good stuff, y'all. Let's boost it up. Huh? Y'all like that or what? Huh? Anybody like that? Huh? I didn't know if y'all liked it enough. Jumbo lump crab meat, huh? Oh, jumbo lump crab meat. Hey, the parish president, police chief, and the posse's here. Huh? I'm putting that in there. Hey, Lord, look, I tell you what, I heard one of y'all didn't like crab meat. Here's the crawfish. Here's the crawfish. Pile on the good stuff, y'all, right there. Hey, heat it up, jalapenos. Yeah. Jalapenos. I think y'all have the general idea, y'all. Now I would stir all of this around. I'd blend it together, because once it's blended, y'all, this becomes a magnificent spinach casserole. And with all of the seafoods that I've added to it, the original dish only calls for the spinach and the cheese. I've added all of those seafoods. Seafood's a low fat. I'm going to come back in, Rex, with a little... you better get this, Rex. You better get this. A little low-fat cheese right over all of that. It's going to melt instantly. You can put in a gorgeous casserole dish and get over there, Rex. I'm going to show everybody what it looks like when it's done. And it's right here with all the crackers around it. Oh, it's fantastic, y'all. 94% fat-free in that Spinach Marguerite with all of the flavors in the world you can imagine. And Lucy, look at the crackers here. I'm going to give you...
Marguerite never looks so good.
There you go, baby. Take one of those. Hey, Mr. President. Take one of those right there. And then, Rex, right here, this is a gorgeous lump crab meat dip. Oh, look at that beautiful crab meat dip. Again, made with light margarine, evaporated skim milk, low-fat Swiss, 85% fat-free, y'all. How can you not live it and love it right here? And, Rex, look at that dessert I have for you right next door. This is a super moist carrot cake, y'all. I used applesauce to moisten it. 61% fat-free, just a little vegetable oil in it. The icing, low-fat cream cheese. 100% less cholesterol in that cake than you're going to find in any other dessert you can possibly make. I want to know, y'all, who says Mama's cooking can't be healthy? That's what I want to know, huh? Hey, just remember what I said. You are what you eat. Remember, you can modify recipes and keep the taste identical to the original. I think I just proved it to you. I'm going to feed all of you because I love you, huh? Hey, thank you so much.
Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Something old and something new, Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart, is available for $29.95. This companion book to the television series features over 150 recipes. To order, please call 1-800-973-7246 or send check or money order to the address shown on your screen.
A Taste of Louisiana, Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart, is available for $19.95. This VHS video contains one episode of Chef John Folse's new television series. Please send check or money order to the address on your screen and mention the show number with your order.